Good day and welcome to another episode of your Money Moment. I'm your host, Mauritz Oberholzer, and today, as we kick off the new year, it's the perfect time to take control of your financial journey. Whether you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s or 60s, it's time to make smart, intentional moves that set the tone for the months ahead. In today's episode, we'll talk about 5 key financial focuses to help you start the year on the right foot. So grab a notebook and your favorite beverage and let's dive in. So firstly, set clear financial goals. The first step to financial success is knowing where you're going. What are your goals for this year? Maybe it's finally paying off that lingering debt, saving for a dream vacation, or contributing more to your retirement. Be specific. Instead of saying I want to save money, set a target like I want to save 50,000 Rand by December. Once you've outlined your goals, break them into smaller, actionable steps. For example, if you need 50,000 Rand by year end, that's roughly 4,200 Rand per month. Does your budget support that amount? If not, what can you adjust? Setting clear goals gives you a focus and helps you measure your progress. Secondly, create or update your budget. Let's talk about the big B word, budgeting. If you're already working with a budget, now's the time to revisit it. If you're not, this is your sign to start. Budget isn't about limiting your fun, it's about telling your money where to go so it works for you. Start by reviewing your spending from last year. Were there areas where you overspent or underspent? For example, did you go overboard on takeaways but undersave for emergencies? Use this insight to create a budget for this year and that reflects your priorities. And remember, flexibility is key. Life happens and your budget should adapt as needed. Thirdly, review your insurance coverage. Insurance isn't exactly the most exciting topic, but it is one of the most important. The start of the year is a great time to review your policies. If you've had major life changes like getting married, having kids, or even taking on a new job, your coverage needs to be changed. Do you have sufficient life insurance to protect your family if something should happen to you? What about disability or critical illness cover? And don't forget about health insurance. Medical costs can add up quickly, so make sure you're adequately covered. A quick check-in with your financial advisor can ensure you're not underinsured or overpaying for coverage you no longer need. Number 4 is to assess and adjust your investments. Let's talk about your investments. Markets can be volatile, and last year's performance may have impacted your portfolio. The beginning of the year is an excellent time to review your investment strategy. Are your investments aligned with your financial goals and risk tolerance? For example, if you're planning to retire in 20 years, your strategy will look very different from someone retiring in 5. Also look at your retirement contributions. If you're in South Africa, consider maximizing your contributions to a retirement annuity for the tax benefits. And remember, investing isn't just about the numbers, it's also about your mindset. Avoid emotional decisions and stick to your long-term strategy. And number 5, plan for those unexpected expenses. This is something we very often overlook, and that is the unexpected expenses. Life is full of surprises, and not all of them are pleasant. Whether it's a car breakdown, a medical emergency, or unplanned trip, these surprises can wreak havoc on your finances, and if you are unprepared. That's where your emergency fund comes in. Ideally, you should have 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved in a separate, easily accessible account. If you don't have an emergency fund yet, start small. Even saving 500 Rand a month can add up over time. And here's a bonus tip. Think of your emergency fund as insurance for your financial goals. By having that cushion, you're less likely to dip into your savings or take on debt when the unexpected happens. So there you have it. The 5 key financial moves to start the year strong. Let's do a quick recap. Number 1, set clear and actionable financial goals. Number 2, create or update your budget to reflect your priorities. Number 3, review your insurance coverage and to ensure that you are protected. Number 4, assess and adjust your investments to align with your goals. And number 5, plan for those unexpected expenses by building or boosting your emergency fund. Remember, financial planning is a journey, not a sprint. Small, consistent steps can lead to big changes over time. If you found today's episode helpful, please share with your friends or family who might benefit. And as always, feel free to send in your questions or topics that you'd like us to cover in future episodes. Until next time, here's to a financially strong year ahead. Stay focused, stay intentional, and stay motivated.
When you're navigating through life's big events, like buying a home, starting a family, or approaching retirement, you need sound and impartial financial advice. Mauritz Oberholzer, a financial advisor at Stonehouse Capital, specializes in personal financial planning. Visit mauritzoberholzer.co.za or call 082-774-1996. For practical and easy-to-understand advice and tips, don't miss your Money Moment with Mauritz Oberholzer, Thursday mornings at 10 on eRadio.